Imagine a journey that catapults you 20,000 years back in time. A road trip that consumes not just miles, but millennia. It begins with the very first stories carved in stone and ends in a landscape completely transformed by the Romans. Sound like fantasy? Trust me, this is a road trip. We start in Portugal, at the oldest open-air art in Europe, and follow the trail of history across the Iberian Peninsula. Our destination? A bizarre landscape in Spain, created by the Romans out of a quest for gold and a feat of destructive engineering. Join us on the ultimate historical road trip. Our journey through deep time begins here, in northeastern Portugal, at the Coa Museum. We slept wonderfully in our campervan here in the parking lot. The museum's striking building is the gateway to a valley that holds one of the continent's greatest prehistoric secrets. From here, we traded the asphalt for a 4x4, because real history isn't just lying by the roadside. After a bumpy drive on narrow, steep roads through the rugged landscape, we hiked the last stretch to the first location where they discovered the prehistoric rock art. When the guide pointed out the rock, we couldn't see anything. Only after an explanation did the engraved and scratched drawings of deer, aurochs, and horses become visible.
Yes, the back, the back,
yeah.
the horns, head, chest, front leg, the belly, and the beginning of the back leg, the rest.
Carved into the slate rock walls along the river. Art more than 20,000 years old. This is the Vale do Coa, the largest open-air gallery of prehistoric art on the entire Iberian Peninsula.
And fine and easy to see. You have the horns, right? The head, chest and front leg. Okay, the belly. These two lines, the back leg, the tail, and back. Can you see?
Yes.
Head, muzzle with mouth, the jaw, and chest. And the front leg and belly. The beginning of the belly, the rest was not visible.
We saw horses, ibexes, and aurochs, the vanished giants of the Ice Age. With simple, precise lines, hunter-gatherers immortalized their world here. It's an almost surreal experience to stand here, in the exact same spot where people shared their stories thousands of years ago. What did they want to tell us? Was it a hunting scene? A spiritual ritual? We'll never know for sure. And that's precisely what makes this place so magical. This isn't a story from a book. It's a question carved into the rocks.
Is the back, part of the back of the goat, and then two lines tail, back leg, belly, and front leg, right? Yeah. Well, again, the back, because it's the easiest part. The back, the tail, the back leg, belly, front leg, and then can you see this tiny line? This tiny dark line is the chest and the head in triangle shape, right? And then the rest of the back. So the back, belly and tail and back and belly and the front leg, the chest and head. Directing the packing, directing packing, and this one, for example, the abrasion technique, with the peak, with the rapidity movement to create. And we have another, this one, for example, packing again, but probably indirectly packing with a hammer.
Yes, on that
Not evident. In this case, the head, the front leg, the belly, the back leg, the tail, and back. And if you see the body, it's more deformed also, and less realistic than the other. You have the chest, looking the head with a very, very organic and proportional representation. Very, very similar to the head. The shapes of the head of the horse, and the ears represented in perspective way. And the mane represented in that large packing line. It's much more creative also.
After seeing 5 original artworks, we visited the museum. There are no original artworks on display in the museum. The drawings were copied with a 3D printer. Here, the drawings are displayed with colors over the scratched or engraved rocks. With those prehistoric images still fresh in our minds, we begin the next leg. We leave the Paleolithic behind us and drive back into the modern world. The journey was supposed to take us to Las Médulas. It was a 3-hour drive according to maps. Usually, it takes us a bit longer than maps calculates, but we hadn't expected to arrive here until 9 p.m. initially. The road was quite good. The IP2 ran alongside the Douro for a while and flowed smoothly. Even in the Parque Natural de Montesino, we still had a reasonable road. In the Parque Natural Serra da Ensenha da Lastra, things went wrong. We were supposed to have reached our destination via very narrow roads. However, we were in the small hamlet of Barossa. There was nothing of the striking mountains of Las Médulas visible here. After entering the parking area at the visitor center, we were given a new location. It would be another 20-minute drive. According to maps, we could continue from Barossa to the N536 towards Carracedo and Las Médulas. There were several closures along the N120. With drawings on the ground, a helpful man couldn't explain how to drive. He called another man, who spoke a little English. He explained, and we thought we understood. We made a short, steep right turn onto the N120. Turning left wasn't allowed. We weren't able to turn around until after about 10 kilometers. Back on the N120, we arrived at the same point. We weren't allowed to turn right onto the road to Carracedo here either. Maps indicated a route of approximately 40 kilometers. Just before we finally reached Las Médulas, we saw the beautiful peaks of these mountains bathed in sunlight. The reward was there. A landscape so strange, so otherworldly, that it couldn't possibly be natural. Jagged, red mountains stand out against a green blanket of chestnut trees. We've arrived in Las Médulas, and the question that immediately comes to mind is, how on earth did this bizarre, red landscape come to be? If you want to know, don't forget to subscribe. You'll find the answer in the next video in this series, set in Portugal and Spain. And then we reach the parking lot at the Las Médulas Visitor Center with a view of those iconic red peaks. We reflect on this day. We began at a subtle engraving in a rock, an intimate, millennia-old story. And we end here, amidst a landscape of bizarre red peaks. From the personal art of the first Europeans to the brute industrial might of the Romans. This road trip spanned not only hundreds of kilometers, but also 20,000 years of human ambition, creativity, and the indelible imprint we leave on our planet. Which historical road trip should we take next? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey through deep history, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.